back to the conflict hotline. We have another scenario that someone sent in. Actually, if you want to call with one of your conflicts, right now would be a really great time to do that. The number is 510-433-0700. Option number 5 will take you straight to the conflict hotline. All right, so now we've got the scenario called That's Not Fair, and we've got 2 siblings, Bill and Beth, and we're talking about your mother's will. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's time to talk about dividing up Mom's money, and she said in the will that we're going to divide it equally, so let's make that happen.
You know, I talked a lot with her because I was looking after her for like the last decade or whatever.
I know, Bill.
Yeah.
You've reminded me a lot.
Yeah, I know, and I'm reminding you because what she really wanted was that we would like feel that things were equitable in the will and that we wouldn't fight after she died. That she wasn't so attached to it being 50-50, she just thought that that was the only way she could make it happen.
Uh-huh.
So and I don't think it's fair. You know, it's not fair really because I've invested so much more time than you and energy than you looking after her for the last 10 years.
So you're saying even though Mom said in her will to divide her money 50-50, that she secretly told you she doesn't want that and so you should get more?
Okay, I think I want to jump in here. So it looks like we're struggling with different translations about what someone said. And what I want to do is slow us down and look at what's important to you about what was in the will. So let's start with you, Beth.
Okay.
Give me a sense of what's going on for you right now when you're having this conversation.
Well, we're talking about, you know, our mom who just died, so I feel like shaky and sad. And I start to get angry anytime Bill brings up that he looked after her for 10 years. It's like this guilt trip he's putting on me. And I don't want him to kind of take charge of the situation and take the money that I think is fairly owed to me.
So is it that you want to have more of a sense of making the decision together?
Yeah, and I'm not trusting that he's, you know, because he's the older brother, I'm not trusting that he's gonna actually listen to me or even care about what I want.
So you want to trust that he's going to be able to consider you fully?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start by telling him that? One of the strongest things we can do when we're in arguments like this is just be totally transparent about what's going on. Often when we are transparent, something that comes across as aggression changes. And you can see that it's just anxiety or sadness or you're wanting connection. But if we don't express what's underneath, we're probably going to get defensiveness and come across as aggressive.
Okay. So first I just want to acknowledge that, like, this sucks that we're even talking about this. You know, I really wish Mom didn't die. And I'm afraid that I'm not going to get half the money, and I really need it. You know, I have 2 kids. I'm really struggling. I need the money. How is that for you to hear?
Well, I don't like to hear that you're struggling, you know. I'm not doing that well myself either. So, you know, we're kind of probably in the same boat as far as that's concerned. And yeah, and it does suck that we're having to talk about it all. And it's horrible that that we have to be talking about this when we've just lost our mom. So, you know, I agree.
So already you're beginning to get on the same page of sharing some of this mourning. So what else would you like for him to know?
I don't think it's fair for you to get more than half.
So there's something about fairness here that I wanna look at a little bit deeper. What does it mean to you?
Fairness?
Well, when you say that it's not fair, I kind of want to know what is important to you. The money is one aspect of something that's important to you.
Yeah, I mean, just because you took care of her, these last 10 years. I mean, I took care of her too. Just because you took care of her more than me. I was taking care of my 2 kids. I couldn't be in 2 places at once. I would have if I could, but I couldn't. I feel like I don't want to get punished for that.
So it's something about wanting some trust that both of you are being considerate or something like that.
Yeah, like that I love Mom just as much as you do, and I cared for her just as much as you do, even though I couldn't be there. But I want that acknowledged.
It's about acknowledging how much you cared as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to see if he heard that?
Yeah, I want acknowledgement for how much I cared about Mom too. What are you hearing me say?
Yeah, I know that you cared about Mom, and I hear you saying that. I'm not disputing that you cared about her.
But when you say but I took care of her for the last 10 years, somehow that makes you more entitled to the money. To me, that just doesn't seem fair.